What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stas Sealy back with another bang diddy bang dee bang dee bang 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 banging episode, man. And on today's episode, I'm gonna be reviewing the new police recruit issued duty belt for Colorado Springs PD, man. I'm going to be going over a quick review. We're going to be going over it. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to show you guys what's all issued on the duty belt. I'm going to give you guys my first impressions and my review on what I think, having a little bit of experience with duty belts from previous employers. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my review on what I think about the standard issue duty belt for the Colorado Springs Police Academy. That is today's episode. Alright, so jumping right into it, man. So right off the top, this is the standard issue new police recruit duty belt that's issued. This isn't our actual holster. This is just a loaner training holster for the training firearm, which it can hold the real firearms, but these are for the training academy. These are not the issued holsters. It's going to be similar because, as you can see, we have the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. That's going to be our standard issue duty weapon. But anyways, we're not talking about the weapon or the holster today. I mean, kind of, but this is, like I said, this is just the loaner training holster right here. As you can see, that's why I have the blue tape for the blue gun. But anyways, right off the top, so the Colorado Springs PD Police Academy, they issue you the Bianchi. I don't know the exact model number. I threw away the packaging already, but it's the Bianchi, duty belt. And it's nylon. It's all nylon, and as you can see, the inner belt has a little Velcro strip inside for the outer belt, and the inner belt have the other part, the inner belt. I already went over inner and outer belt, so if you guys don't know, go check out some of my range and duty holsters so you can see what the inner belt and outer belt is. Right off the top, my first impressions is that it's a decent duty belt. It's not my cup of tea duty belt. It's a good duty belt. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's the greatest duty belt, because to me it's super thick and super fat. Look at all this space right here, and I mean it's real thick. It's real on the thick side. She's a thick one. And I'm going to show you my old duty belt, which is what I'm going to probably use once I go out on my own, out on patrol, and I start patrolling myself. I'm going to use my actual duty belt. But this is the nylon. It's super thick. I mean, it's sturdy. It's gonna get the job done. If you never had a duty belt before and you're issued this duty belt, it's gonna be a decent belt. It's a good belt to work. It's gonna do everything that you need it to do. But if you have a little bit of experience, you're gonna know that there's certain things about it that you're like, no, I can do without this. Like for me, the biggest thing that I don't like is just how thick it is and how much space and thickness that it have. Like, look at all this wasted space right here. I can stick my pinky in there when it folds over. So this is one of the major things that I don't like about these nylon belts. I don't know why the light keeps turning off. It's not on a timer or anything. It always does it every video. It'll turn off and turn on. Hopefully it stays on. But what was I saying? If you have any type of experience with a duty belt, if you're like a lot of my classmates in the academy, they're new to law enforcement or security or anything like that, and so they're not used to a duty belt. So this is the first time they're probably ever seen a duty belt, and to them, this is a really awesome duty belt. If you have no experience, this duty belt is going to work. This is a basic, entry-level duty belt that, it has everything you need. It's going to work. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this duty belt. But when you have a little bit of experience carrying duty belts and carrying guns and carrying a bunch of equipment on your waist, there's things, that there's better out there. This isn't the best. This isn't the end all. Like I said, this is a nice entry level, affordable duty belt, and there's nothing wrong with this. If this is what you have, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this belt if this is all you have. So I'm not talking trash on it. I'm not talking down on it. It's just I have experience with duty belts, so I know that this is not the best. There's better belts out there for little reasons I'm going to point out. Like, for example, the first reason, like I said, it's super thick. It's like super thick, and this is about the average thickness of a duty belt, but for me it's super wide. It's like really wide, and that could be a good thing, but for me, I don't like how wide it is because it's just too chunky. It's too thick for me. I would like one that's just a little bit thinner, like my other duty belt, like I'm going to show you guys right now. But one of my biggest complaints, two of my biggest gripes and complaints about these Bianchi standard issued duty belt for the CSPD is, just for example, look at all this, look how thick it is right here. Look at all the space look at all this thickness right here. Remember, on top of an inner belt. So you're going to have your inner belt through your belt loops, and then this is going to go over your inner belt. So this is the outer belt. And look how much thickness. This is like, look, this is, you can fit like 3. This is like about 4 of this, how thick this belt is. It's about 4 of them right here put together. And on both sides. This one isn't as bad as this one for some reason. But for this side, I don't know why. It's like super thick, and no matter how much I press it down, it just expands. So this is one of the biggest things that I don't like about these duty belts. It's just super thick and it's super wide for no reason. I mean, there's a reason, but for me, there's no reason for it to be that thick. Another thing I don't like is the release buckle. It's you know, you have to push down and you have to push this button at the same time. So I like the security of it. I like that you have that 2 levels of security where you have to push these edges down and then push that out. But to me, I don't like that. I like my quick release belt buckles, like my Cobra buckles with my other duty belt. So that's one of the, these are the 2 things that I don't like. I don't like the plastic, and I don't like how thick it is right here. But other than that, it's a good duty belt. If it was metal, if it was a metal buckle right here with a metal Cobra buckle, it will be perfect in my book. But like I said, it's not bad if this is your first time running a duty belt. You know, if you're a new recruit, this is your first time you ever messing with a duty belt, it's a good duty belt. And some of my classmates, they think that this belt is awesome. I'm like, this isn't the greatest belt out there. But anyways, let's move on. So right off the top, we have this nylon handcuff holder, which, like I said, I'm not a big fan of. And this isn't like our final setup, because we're still gonna get our tactical vests, our plate carriers and stuff like that, or load bearing vests. And a lot of this stuff is going to get transferred onto my vest. So when we get issued our vest in a couple of months, I'm gonna set it up, and some of this stuff is not going to be on my belt. But for right now, this is the waist belt. You know, like I said, we're building up in the academy. So right now, as you can see, they gave us our blue gun, our Smith & Wesson blue gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm upgraded to a blue gun. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, this is our blue gun. You know, when we get issued our weapon, then we'll have the weapon in there or whatever. So starting off, you have the nylon. I'm pretty sure it's Bianchi also. And handcuff case. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of these snaps, because you see, for that right there, you have to find that little snap and you have to line it up and then you have to push on a snap. So I'm not a big fan of these. These are pretty good if they're going to retain your cuffs. But I just don't want to have to pull this, and then when I'm snapping the back, I have to sit there and find that and make sure I snap in. I'm not a big fan of that. This is the OC spray holder. The OC holster, like I said, it's nylon also, most likely Bianchi. I can't remember which brand it is, honestly. It's not bad, but I'm just not a fan of the nylon. I'm not a fan of these snaps, and I'm not a fan of that. So it's just whatever. Like I said, it's just basic. It's nothing special about them. They're going to get the job done. They're going to work. Then, like I said, we have the Safari Land holster. This is our training holster for our training pistol. As you can see, it's level 2 retention, so it's not that bad. I like the level 2 retention holsters. It's pretty good. It's way faster than level 3 retention. And there's the back of it. And then on this side, we have our flashlight right here. It's a Streamlight. What model is this? It's the Streamlight Stryon DSHL. I got the small mini one. There's a couple people in the police academies. Okay, a little pro tip, man. When you go to the fitting, the day that you go to fittings to get your uniform and your gun belt, don't choose the big version of the lights, man, because you gotta understand that light is gonna be on your hip. And I already knew, like I said, I got some experience carrying duty belts. I already knew when they said you want the big one, you want the little one. I was like, I'll take the little one, please. Like, you know, because what a lot of those guys didn't understand, yeah, you got a big old light, you got a big old flashlight, it looks cool, but that big old flashlight is going to be on your hip, and that's going to be more extra weight, and it's going to be big and bulky when you're sitting on a patrol car, when you're sitting behind the desk, you're sitting in a chair. This thing is going to be poking you. The big one is going to be poking you in your back. You're going to get that little bruise in your back because it's going to be in your back end. So I already knew. I already planned ahead, and I got the small one. I'm like, I don't want the extra weight. I don't want that big bulky light on my belt, man. So I went with the small one. The flashlight holder is, yes, it's a Bianchi. It's the little strap right here. I like this one because it's chargeable, so I don't have to worry about buying batteries. That's one thing that I'm not a fan of, is having to buy batteries for your equipment. We already have to buy batteries for our weapon mounted lights, our sighting systems on a rifle. So I don't want to have to buy more batteries and have to invest in batteries all the time. So I like that it's chargeable. Yeah, it comes with a charging kit. You put it on there, it charges you. So when you come home in the afternoon, you put your light up, you put your light in your radio to charge, and you're good. This is a decent holster for a holder for your light. I don't like this because I don't like my lights being static, meaning that it can't move. It doesn't move, it doesn't twist, it doesn't rotate, it's just there. So how this light is sitting right there, it's there. So if you sit a certain way, it's gonna be there. So it's most likely gonna get pushed into your back. And it was kind of bothering me yesterday. I felt it. What side is on? Yeah, it's on my left side of my back. So I was feeling it yesterday sitting in that classroom for like 8 hours. And I started to feel it pressing against my back. And I was like, man, I wish I could just rotate this just a half an inch, just a quarter inch, like, a quarter turn. If I could just turn this a little bit, either way, it will be so much more comfortable. Like you see the radio moves. So the radio isn't that bad. See, the radio moves. And so I will definitely be replacing this flashlight holder with the one that I have on my old duty belt, or my personal duty belt. And then, like I said, we got the radio holster Bianchi. The radios is pretty cool. They're not heavy. They're the Motorola 700. I believe it's the Motorola 700. Anyways, not getting into detail with that, but I like the radios. I like that it's lightweight. I like that the holder actually moves. I wish the flashlight moved the same way. So when you sit down, you just it moves out of the way while you sit down, and it's not gonna bother you. But right now, this was bothering me yesterday for the first time. We were wearing it all week. And yesterday, for the first time, for some reason, it was bothering me. So it might not bother you at first, but after a while, it's going to start bothering you because it doesn't move. So that's one of my big pet peeves that I have with this light. But the radio Bianchi also, same thing, nylon. It has 2 levels of security. It has this little strap right here. You snap and you feel. It's actually 3 levels. So the main strap right here is securing it. It's going to secure it down into the holster. And then you have a Velcro. So then you have a snap right here that you snap it in. And then you have a Velcro piece. So it's like 3 levels of security, retention, that this isn't going anywhere. You can roll around, you can flip around on the ground, and it's not going anywhere. I like the taser holster. It's a Blade Tech. The Blade Tech taser holster is pretty cool. I like it. Right now, it's in a fixed position because we have to have it fixed in the academy. But as soon as we graduate, this probably going up on my vest, on my load bearing vest. So this probably won't be here. So I'll have a little bit more space and everything. And I'm definitely switching out the cuff case keys. I'm gonna put, I'm gonna switch out my handcuff keys, my handcuffs holders. Like I said, it's a Blade Tech taser holster. It's pretty cool. I like it. Retention, security right here. Snap, you push down the hood. Push the hood and you can get to it. So that's pretty cool. We have the Bianchi double magazine holsters. These are my least favorite holster for magazines on the planet. These are I'm just not a fan of them because there's sometimes if you get caught up, if you're doing something, sometimes they get unhooked and then you're walking around, and if you don't see it, you're going to hear it because it makes a lot of noise. Listen. That's one of the main things I hate about this, is that if it comes undone, and then when you try to snap these things, it's such a pain to snap, especially like it's just a pain to snap in there. Right now they're empty, so I get it, it's gonna be a pain, but look at how I'm struggling to snap this. Like these are the biggest pain in the butt. I absolutely hate nylon magazine holsters, man. This is the first thing that's going. This is out of here. I want open top retention magazine holders because another reason why I don't like this, other than the way how it looks, just dealing with the snaps. Yes, it's going to secure your magazines in there. Once it's snapped, your magazines are not going anywhere. So yes, it's super secured that way. This is probably the most secured way to carry your magazines, honestly, on duty. But what I don't like about them is that if I'm in a gunfight and I have to reload, now I have to reach down and I have to sit here and I have to try to pull this snap out, and then I have to grab my magazine, and then I read. To me, that's 2 to 3 seconds. Yes, and then if you miss it, see, like right now I missed it, and if you miss, now you're sitting there trying to grab it and snap it. I don't like that. That's a couple seconds that you're wasting in the middle of a gunfight trying to get to your magazine. So these magazine holders is not my cup of tea, man. These things are going. I think these things are gonna slow you down trying to get your magazines, especially under stress. And I know when we go to the range for our range days or range weeks or whatever, when we go to the range, I know I'm going to be struggling I know not just me, but I know everybody's gonna be, you know, sitting there. You're not gonna have fast reload times with these because, like I said, it's just extra. It's just an extra stuff that you have to snap and then grab, and then, you know, that's 2 seconds right there that you're wasting in a reload right there. And when you're in a gunfight, every second counts. So these are definitely going to get replaced as soon as I can replace them. Other than that, man, that's the overall view of my issued duty belt for CSPD, the Colorado Springs Police Department. Here it is. I'm gonna just go around this side. Like I said, handcuff key, OC spray, weapon holster. This is the back. Flashlight, radio, taser, magazine pouches. So this is the basic loadout, man. This is the basic gun loadout, the basic duty loadout for a police department, for the CSPD police department. And I'm going to show you guys, for you guys who didn't see my original duty belt video, look how thin this belt is compared to our issued one. Look at the thickness. I don't know if you guys can see that. Man, I'm struggling with these belts, y'all. Don't mind the struggle right now. But look at the difference in thickness. I mean, I'm trying to get them together, man. It's kind of hard doing this, but you see the difference in thickness with these? Man, it's super hard trying to manage 2 duty belts together, man. Wow. Maybe that's how hard this is going to be. But you can see the different thickness, man. So this is my personal duty belt right here. This is most likely what I'm going to be switching to. It's a 511. I might keep my handcuffs here. I'm probably going to keep my handcuffs the way it is right here. But you see the open top magazine, Kydex magazine, plastic. So these are the open top, and I can adjust the retention level in these. Right now, you know, they're in there. My previous job, I know most likely I wouldn't be chasing and running after people, so I didn't have the retention on them so super tight. So they're kind of easy to come out. They're retained in there. When you push it in there, you feel a little resistance, and you push it into place. There's a resistance right there. You push it down and it snaps into place. So even if I run with these, they're not going to come out. Now, with the level of retention I have these at right now, if I was to fall and roll over, they could possibly fall out. So when I use this on duty, I'm gonna have to tighten down my retention on this so it stays in there. So if I fall or I roll over, it won't come out. So all I have to do is tighten up the retention. That's why I like these open top magazines. You can adjust to how tight it holds the magazines, how it retains the magazine in there, and that's most likely what I'll do. Look at the Cobra buckle, man. Look at this buckle. You see how thin that is compared to the duty belt? Look how thin this is, and you know, it's just gonna be a smoother fit. It's not gonna be as bulky. It's gonna be into your body, so you're gonna keep you streamlined and everything. This is what I was talking about with my flashlight holder. I'm definitely gonna replace, you know, my flashlight holder to this one right here. It should be able to hold that light also. I'm gonna definitely see, and this is what I like right here. I like this being able to move. This is what you need right here. You need a light that moves, so it's not going to be digging into you when you sit in your patrol car, you're sitting in a classroom for training or whatever. I'm going to definitely I'm going to keep my tourniquet, and this is the OC holder that I'm going to use also, the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to replace basically, I'm going to replace all the nylon crap on the issue duty belt, and this is how my duty belt is going to be, just with Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 holster instead of this one. This is my issue duty belt. This is my review of the Colorado Springs PD, the Police Academy issue duty belt. Like I said, it's not bad. It's a really good entry-level duty belt. It's gonna do what you need it to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna work. There's some stuff on here, like I said, that I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of nylon holsters for any type of duty gear, but it works. It's gonna work. It's gonna retain your magazines. And in the training academy, I understand why they want us to use these, because we don't lose our magazines. But once you have experience carrying weapons, and I've been carrying guns for a long time. I've been carrying guns on duty for a while before with my other jobs and stuff like that. So I already have experience carrying duty belts, so I know what works for me. I know what I'm comfortable with. So a lot of this stuff, this belt is gonna be brand new whenever I turn this back in, whenever that is, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, when I have to turn in my gear. This is gonna be brand new, because I'm not gonna use this outer belt. You know, I'll use the inner belt, you know, for my personal duty gear. But I'm pretty sure, you know, it's good. This is good. Like I said, if you're new to the duty belt game, the Bianchi, this is a good duty belt. It's gonna work. This is a good duty belt. It's not the best duty belt, but it's good and it's gonna work. It's gonna do what you need it to do. But anyways, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting me. Whenever you see me in the studio, man, I'm gonna try to make at least one in studio video, you know, for other topics or whatever, man. You're probably not gonna see me as much in the studio while I'm in the police academy, because I'm just gonna try to do like some quick little videos on my phone and try to edit them and put them out while I'm in the academy, because I don't want to focus too much on making content while in the academy. I have a lot of content, you know, scheduled out until, I think right now I'm scheduled out until September or October. I can't remember. I think I'm scheduled out to the end of September, beginning of October right now. So this video is probably not going to get pushed out until the end of January after graduation. I don't know how I'm going to do my videos for the police academy, because I want to do weekly update videos on the police academy. Of course, heads up, I can't go too detailed into any scenario based training or any type of, you know, tactical training that, you know, don't need to be out there. It's just going to be a broad overview baseline of what we did that week. I'm not going to go into detail about tests and questions or answers. I'm just going to be like, yeah, we did a test this week and that's it. And we went over this topic, but I'm not going to go into detail about anything discussed in the lectures or the classroom portions or any of the training, hands-on training. I'm not going to go into detail about anything because, you know, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are going to come to try to get answers, and, you know, I can't give you the answers. I can't give you any answers. I can't give you any detailed scenarios or anything like that. But I'm going to do weekly update videos on what we did that week. I'm going to probably just record them on my phone. So it's not going to be any big production, no big editing. You know, the sound's probably not going to be the greatest because it's going to be my phone microphone. I do need to buy a cell phone microphone though, so the sound can sound decent on my phone. But eventually I'll get there, man. So just deal with the sound. The phone, I put out some videos from the phone, and the phone microphone is not that bad. It's not the best, but it's not that bad. It honestly sounds better than my camera boom microphone that I had on my camera when I first started recording content. I had a camera boom mic and it sounded like trash. I mean, and it's a decent company. Like, that's what's weird. I don't know. I guess I just didn't have the right audio level set up or whatever. I don't know, man. But anyways, man, stay tuned for a weekly update police academy videos. Like I said, they're not going to be that long. They're not going to be in the studio. It's just going to be recorded somewhere around the house or in my truck maybe. I'm just going to do weekly updated videos, so stay posted for that. And thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for interacting with the channel, man. Thank you guys for asking questions. You guys who always ask questions. You guys who always comment, man. I truly appreciate you guys. I try to reply to you guys as soon as I can. It's just sometimes I'm just super busy. Like, I'm going to be busy for the next couple months, man. So it might take me a week or a couple days to reply to you guys. So don't think I'm ignoring you guys. I just want you guys to understand, man, that. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Stay posted for new content, man. Like I said, stay posted for the Police Academy weekly update videos, man. And I just want to thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I totally appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Until the next episode, man, remember, always be greater than you were yesterday. We live to train because we train to live. Remember, you are your own first responder, man, because when you need the police, when your life is in immediate and imminent danger and you need help, the police is not going to be there that very second when you're in distress, man. So you have to be your own first responder. Understand, you are your own first responder. So you need to learn how to defend yourself, whether it's, you know, you take some type of self-defense class or you take some type of shooting class for the firearms. Learn how to defend yourself, man, because you are your own first responder. But anyways, man, until next episode, man, we'll see you guys in the next episode. It's your boy, Staff Sergeant Seeley, soon to be Officer Seeley, signing out for the day, man. We'll see you guys. Peace.